Only 14% of drivers right now are women in ride sharing, and they make 34% less than men. And a lot of that is due to safety concerns. So either they don't feel comfortable getting on the road and driving around strangers, or they're not driving at night, which is where a lot of rideshare drivers make a lot of their money.
Unfortunately, it's led me to get some drunk passengers who have tried to get my number, tried to touch me. So I feel safer driving with Safr as well.
She stays after school and the bus is gone and she needs a ride home. It was safer and it was, geared toward women. I would, feel a lot more secure in doing it.
Women need to feel empowered to do, all the same things that men can do without the fear. And that's what I think Safr does.
Hi everyone, it's an honor to be here today. I started working for Safr when it had not even launched in Pakistan. So if you talk to me about Safr or the cause that I care so much about, I could go on for hours. But when I was invited to speak here at the Mobility Forum of WFES, I just looked at the list of speakers and I was completely overwhelmed. So this presentation, although it's very simple, it took an extraordinary time getting itself together and I completely racked my mind for it. So I'll tell you the Safr story today. I'll tell you why we do what we do and how we plan to make a positive impact in the lives of women everywhere. As you must have guessed from the video, that Safr is a new ride-sharing service focused on the safety and empowerment of women. The ride-sharing has been introduced only a few years ago, but you've seen how quickly it has grown. It's already available in more than 1,000 cities across 4 continents. In 2017 alone, 18% of people globally have used a ride-sharing service, and the growth over the last year has been rapid. Given the pace at which ride-sharing is growing and the current estimates, it's anticipated that by 2030 we'll probably be having around 100 million rides a day. All these statistics about growth make perfect sense when you look at it from the perspective of how convenient it has made traveling for us. It's flexible, it's convenient, it has created so many job opportunities for people. But despite all of this, I believe that the ride-sharing industry has not offered equal opportunity to women. And women form a huge segment of the world's population, so it's surprising how we can ignore such a big segment. The auto industry is on an accelerating change curve. Many of you must have used ride-sharing services and other forms of public transport as well. But I do not for a moment suppose that every woman user of rideshare or public transport sitting over here has enjoyed unruffled mobility and has never ever faced harassment, whether it's verbal or physical or sexual. Even in countries like the US, where 45% of their on-demand economy consumers are women, the majority has had negative experiences while using ride-sharing services. So it's a global issue, and the situation is even worse when it comes to developing countries like Pakistan. There has been a survey in Pakistan which shows that more than 3/4 of women have faced harassment on public transport. The survey was conducted among the regular female users of public transport. And the more unfortunate part is that most women do not even respond to the harassment. It may also be because of the fact that sometimes you just don't know how to respond to it immediately, what to do and what not to do. But then it's even worse that even later on, they do not report it. I've met women in Pakistan. I've talked to them about their experiences with other ride-sharing services because I've always wanted to learn what they love about them and what they think needs to be improved and how it needs to be improved. And I've heard stories of women being taken on longer routes, women being touched by male drivers, women facing harassment in different ways, drivers engaging in unnecessary conversations, weird conversations, or dropping them off in a deserted place, not at their actual destination. So, and I've met women who I mean, forget reporting it to the relevant department. I've met women who do not even tell their families about such stories, because there are families in which women have to get permissions from their male family members in order to go out to work or in order to go out to study. And if they talk about such issues, the family would not support them. They would rather tell them to stay at home. So it's a pretty sad situation, whether it's in Pakistan or the US or any part of the world. And World Bank surveys have shown that 64% of women drivers do not sign up to drive for ride-sharing services only because they think that there is a safety concern associated with it. But at Safr, we believe that we cannot be gender blind anymore. We recognize the problems women face in traveling. We recognize the needs, how their needs are different from those of men, and we build all our apps and processes according to their needs. So our goal is to provide freedom of movement to women so they don't have to drive or ride selectively. They don't have to think that, is it okay for me to go out at night? Is it okay for me to travel alone? Is it okay for me to pick up a male stranger if I'm a driver? So we want women to be able to travel fearlessly at any time of the day and participate fully in the public sphere. We want to create a safe and empowered space for women in the rideshare economy. And we've started from Pakistan and the US, but we're looking to expand our services to children, the elderly, and women everywhere. To make sure that our users, our drivers and riders both feel safe when they're using Safr, we have lots of processes and we have lots of features built in our apps. And I'll just go over a few of them to give you an idea of how we make sure that our riders and drivers have complete peace of mind when they're traveling with us. So the first one is gender preference. So we believe in giving choice to our customers, because women generally feel more comfortable when they're riding with a fellow woman instead of a male stranger, especially when it's at night or especially when the woman is traveling alone. World Bank conducted a survey in 6 diverse economies ranging from India and South Africa to the UK and a few others. And it showed that 44% of women riders who were surveyed, they said that they would be more likely to use the Uber app if they had the option to select the gender they're more comfortable traveling with. So this is one feature that we offer in the Safr app. The second is in-app calls and messages. Sometimes even hours or days after the ride, the driver or rider contact each other unnecessarily, and because when they take a ride with each other, the numbers have been revealed to each other. So we make sure that the numbers are not revealed and they talk through the app before the ride when they need to get to each other, and they cannot contact each other afterwards. We also have color match. So when the driver and rider meet each other, they have to verify colors, they have to match colors before they can start the ride. So this helps ensure the driver that he or she is picking up the correct rider, and it also helps ensure the rider that he or she is going with the correct driver. Based on the experiences that our riders have with Safr, we give them the option to select the drivers that they've felt most comfortable with and that they can rely on in future. So they can select their own trusted drivers, and then we look for so when they wish to ride with us again, we look for the same drivers first. We also have an SOS button that allows the passengers and the drivers to contact 911 in the US or 15 in Pakistan, to contact Safr, or to get or to have a text message sent to their emergency contacts indicating that they're not feeling safe and sharing their location with them. So this is useful in emergency situations. These are just a few of the things that we're doing to make sure that our drivers and riders feel safe when they're traveling with us. With all of these security features and others, and driver vetting and driver training, we're building a community of like-minded individuals who believe in our mission of women's safety and empowerment. So together with our drivers and riders, we are working to empower fellow women. Our users include students, working mothers, young professionals, and some super talented small business owners. But ride sharing is just the beginning. Safr is not just about helping people move from point A to point B. It's about empowering women in whatever way we can. So we've started with ride sharing, but whether it's about commuting to work, whether it's about picking up kids from school, whether it's about going shopping, getting a medicine delivered, Safr is poised to become an extension of a woman's lifestyle. And this is not possible without the support of our fellow women and men. I think that it's important to mention here that we don't discriminate against men. We have male drivers who work on so many women empowerment initiatives other than working for Safr. And we welcome everyone who believes in and supports our mission of women's safety and empowerment. Because providing the basic rights of freedom of movement and safety and providing better employment opportunities to women has nothing to do with fighting against men. It's just about equality. So whether you're a man or a woman, imagine yourself in the life of one woman who does not have the advantages that you have. Just take this event for instance. The fact that you're participating in the event today suggests that you've had the choice to come over here. Many women do not have the freedom and safety that you have to move around. As I mentioned in the beginning that the credentials and accomplishments of so many of the participants over here were intimidating me, I believe that you have a lot of privilege. So whatever industry or organization you're working for, use your status to raise your voice on behalf of those who are disadvantaged. Even if you're manufacturing the small part of an automobile, which may seem like it has nothing to do with empowering a woman, talk about gender balance at your workplace, gender balance at all levels in the organization. Talk about the wage gap. Talk about workplace harassment. Talk about providing safe transportation to your female colleagues who work late at night. If you take any chance you get, any little chance you get to transform the life of one woman, which will also mean transforming the lives of an entire family, it will be much more rewarding. Trust me, it will be much more rewarding than achieving your sales targets. So be in the driver's seat of your own life. Whatever goods or services you're selling, use your product as a way of giving back to the world, and success will just follow anyway. So I believe that we can all do this together. Let's use our resources, our skills and knowledge and all the power that we have to change women's lives for the better and make 2019 a year of women empowerment. Thank you.